Hey guys, Prince of Mastodon here, and I'm going to show you an awesome battle. Well, it wasn't completely awesome. Anyhow, I had the day off, so I logged on to Quick Battle, which is the ladder battle, and look who I ran into. Freaking CA Dogbert playing the Greenskins. Now, I know it's him because he messaged me on Facebook asking if it was me, and yeah, that was definitely me. So let's show you the replay here. So I had a smaller Empire army, whereas Dogbert maxed out on his unit slots for his troops. Now, I made a huge rookie mistake here. You see those 5 big ones, or whatever they're called? I thought those were infantry units, because when you're playing the battle, you don't really zoom in that much. You can see the unit emblem on it, but for some reason, it didn't register to me that that was a cav unit. I thought it was infantry for some reason. That said, I'm going to show you the battle here. I'm going to talk to you about my mistake, and I'm going to talk to you as to why the outcome still would have been the same. And yeah, this is a quick battle, by the way, using my Empire faction. So on ladder, I tend to switch between Empire, Greenskins, and Vampire accounts. I don't really use the Warriors of Chaos, or the Dwarves, or Bretonia that much. If I'm playing like a regular, like multiplayer custom battle that isn't a ladder battle, then yeah, I'll experiment. So yeah, this is my setup here. I didn't record this game live because I didn't know I was gonna run into Dogbert. So I went with 3 handgunners. I got some halberdiers. Excuse me, great swords. I put my my Empire captain here on a flying monster, and I got 2 units of these Demogryph Knights. So let's go look at his army. He's got a full stack of troops here. Now, it's these units in the back that I was confused, because when I was playing, I was looking at him like this. So sure, I could see the emblem, but it didn't register to me that those were shot cav. I wasn't paying attention that well. But yeah, he's got a bunch of these orc boys. Here's his commander. His commander's on foot. And he's got some axe, or some savage orcs, which are very, pretty high grade units. Some regular orc boys. These guys. He also has some cav units behind me, or sorry, to my flank, which these guys were hidden from my sight for the longest time. So I'm going to inch up here. Like what I want to do, I want to get close enough so that my handgunners can start shooting at his orcs. No lingering. Here's my commander here. So while I'm doing this, he still has these cav units to my wing here. These are Goblin Wolf Riders. These guys can deploy in the neutral zone, which I like to call. It's not really a neutral zone, but basically no one can deploy there except those special units like that. So I'm going to move my commander up here towards this hill. Also my Demogryph cav. Well, I will be moving them in eventually. I wish I recorded this live so you can see what I did and you can see what he does. But whatever. The beauty here is that you can see close-ups too. And a lot of you definitely want to see close-ups. And I know a lot of you want to see just pure gameplay, but I can't always show all of that. So I got these guys a little bit closer, but they're definitely out of range. So see that? That's where they get into range of my handgunners right there. So he's definitely going to keep his distance from my handgunners for now, until he can decide on an avenue of approach. So here I'm just moving up my Demogryph Knights. These are the ones with the halberdiers. They look really awkward when you zoom in, don't they? Like, looks like they have bad posture. But you know, I don't know anything about the physiology of this monster here. Anyhow, I'm moving these guys up here alongside my commander, and he's gonna start moving his whole army up this way. Now, the only thing of his that can actually hit my flying unit is his commander, but I was afraid his commander would launch some crap at my guys anyway, so I am going to move off a little bit when I see him approaching. but at the same time, I'm also moving up the rest of my troops. I just want to get him closer, maybe get some flanking fire on his troops as they advance up here. So now he's basically in range. So now he gets in range, and I'm gonna start shooting at his guys. And let's see what kind of damage we inflict on these guys here. I'm not sure what he casted on those guys, but it looked pretty cool. Whatever it was. So yeah, now moving off my Demograph Cavalry and also my Empire Captain. And that's when he starts moving these guys over. His Goblin Wolf Riders. I did see them. And I was afraid he was going to scoot this way and take out my handgunners. So I'm going to move these halberdiers in the way to intercept. See what I'm doing there? So he's moving these guys up. I was pretty sure he was going to just sideswipe my handgunners with a charge from his Goblin Wolf Riders. I'm also bringing up my commander too to prevent such a thing. Now I got more. There's like more Goblin Wolf Riders this way, but this is when I move back my my Demogryph Knights to intercept. Now the rest of his troops are now coming forward here. He just has some sword units mixed in. But yeah, because of the way these guys are moving, I thought they were infantry. But yeah, clearly from their banner, they're not infantry. But because of my lack of experience, or lack of experience in recognizing these banners, it didn't register to me that those were mounted units. So I'm actually going to charge my sword units into these cav units, and these cav units are going to get a serious charge on my swords here. Look at that. It's a disaster. So I'm trying to chase these guys away from my flanks here. He's just going to pull away, so I'm going to stop chasing after them. And I did manage to pull my handgunners back, but here is the big thing. He just casted some kind of spell here. Let me know what that was, but it was pretty bad. And you can see his boar big ones are just tearing up my swords over here. Meanwhile, these guys, I pulled these guys away so that they could get away from the big orc charge. Now, I was shooting some of those Goblin Wolf Riders at first. And here my opponent casted a direct spell on my commander there. Sorry, not my opponent. Freaking Dogbert did that. So I'm shooting these guys up, as you can see. But my whole front line of swords pretty much is shattered. The only thing that's managing to plug this gap are my Demogryph Knights, but only 2 of those. And now my greatswords are really strong units, but the fact is they're getting enveloped here by all these units, so the quality here is getting overpowered by the quantity. Now he's going to get a good charge in the backs of my handgunners here with his Goblin Wolf Riders. He's been trying that since the beginning, and he finally broke through. So persistence does pay off in the end. So yeah, this battle's going downhill really fast. It was going downhill at the beginning when I made the mistake of charging right into his boar big ones. So I'm gonna throw in my commander here. I think I activated a Foe Seeker. And yeah, I'll just basically just throw in my Demogryph Knights to charge those guys. But yeah, my troops got completely destroyed. This is a matter of me probably not bringing the most optimal army against a greenskin threat. Like, I thought it was a pretty good setup, but when I saw his army composition, I knew it was gonna be pretty tough. I didn't know it was gonna be this tough. So yeah, despite my my tactical error of charging into his boar biggins who are shock cav with my swords, Dogbert definitely would have won this battle regardless. I would definitely like to get a rematch with a tweaked army composition here. So yeah, he won the battle. That was a really good battle though. This is the first time in Warhammer that I got completely owned. Like, I thought I was pretty good at this game, but when I play against Dogbert, I realized, hey, I got a far way to improve myself. But I actually did. I was getting pretty confident at this game, so I think this is the kind of thing that I needed to, to keep it real and it just recognized that, you know, I still needed a lot of improvement. I mean, which goes without saying since it is a new game anyways. But yeah, good game to Dogbert, and I really do like this army setup that he had. But it's these freaking guys here. Like, this is what I would have done differently. Instead of chasing around his Goblin Wolf Riders with my Demogryph Knights, I should have thrown my Demogryph Knights into his Orc Boar Biggins. I know I only had 2 of them, but I think that would have stopped them from just smashing up my swords over there. And I think that would have made for a closer battle. And then I could have used my halberds to form like a backline defensive perimeter to keep away his Goblin Wolf Riders. So that's what I would have done differently if I had been able to play it again. And anyways, I think that's it. But that was really funny running into Dogbert like on ladder. Because on ladder it basically assigns you a random opponent. So when I saw his name, I was like, uh-oh, that's weird. Is that really him? And then I got the message on Facebook asking if that was me. And yes, it was. So yeah, good game to Dogbert. I will see you guys later.